Hey, everybody. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Thanks for joining me. Smash that like button. We got Eerie Pepperoni in the back. It seems Foodie Beauty pulled a fast one. She said she was going to visit family, but based on her location that she picked up alcohol, it suggests that she is on her way to Montreal. Eerie Pepperoni, hi there. How are you doing?
Hey Monty, how are you?
I'm fine. How's your Saturday?
Oh, good. Sorry if it's a lot of background noise. I've been cooking and the kiddos are playing, so I'll be muting periodically.
Yeah, no problem. It's all good. So, yeah, what do you think about this whole situation right now?
I would say I'm shocked, but I'm not. Honestly, like as soon as she said I was going to go spend time with the family, I was like, no, you're not. We know you aren't. When have you ever seen her voluntarily be like, yeah, totally going to go spend the weekend with the fam?
Right? It's such like a dirty move to even do. Suggest that you're gonna see your family, all because you're trying to cover for to see a guy. Like it's disgusting.
It really is. Like I wouldn't use my family as like I couldn't see myself lying about going to spend time with my family just to go spend time with Natter, she doesn't
Hmm.
realize that tomorrow isn't guaranteed for anyone,
Yeah, exactly.
and to play those games with your family, like how terrible would you feel if you perhaps should have gone to see your family and something happened, God forbid, but that's the reality of life, right?
Right, exactly. You're right. So true.
But
But
I
you know,
love how her GPS told on her. That was my favorite part today.
I think I missed that one because as soon as she turned the music on, I was looking at other things. So people were telling me that in the comments, the GPS told her like was giving directions to Montreal, I guess.
I think it even specifically said X amount of time
Yeah,
till
somebody
Montreal
was
or
telling me
something.
that like arrival time like 6:15 or something like that.
Exactly. Yes. Yes, it did. It told on her. So love how she kind of tried to glance over that when, if I remember correctly, that's when she started jamming in the car.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, I mean, it's not that hard to get from where she was to Montreal. I mean, all you got to do is just take a road and keep going east. How is she getting lost? Like I've taken the
I
17
don't
a multitude of
know.
times. Even the first time ever I took the 17, I didn't use my GPS because it's just like you just take the road and it
Right?
takes you
Well,
straight in.
Monty, but think about it. I hate to say this, but allegedly, how many times has she driven not necessarily with the sharpest, clearest mind, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
She could
Hey, that check. What's up? I'll put you on right now. Yeah, she could.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So what were you saying, Erie? She could.
She could very easily not remember because of the amount of times that she wasn't exactly in the clearest mind when she was driving to and from.
I guess so, but still, it's you literally just take one road and it merges into the highway. Well, actually, the 17 it's its own um highway, but it merges into a bigger highway, which is the 417. So all you gotta do is just keep going on the road, and then you hit Montreal. But it's whatever. I'm just a little.
Well, like, I mean, let's be honest, it's Foodie. If she could find a way to have someone wipe her butt for her, she would, because she's the epitome of lazy. Let's be honest.
Right, exactly.
If she doesn't have to think for herself, why do it?
Yeah, for sure, exactly. Hey, Amy. So what did you have to say? Welcome to the panel.
Oh, thanks. Um, I was just chatting before the panel with some of the chat members and stuff, and we were talking about Pete's and just the growing concern for him because it seems like she is on the track to just forget him and the cats and just move in with Natter. So yeah, I know lots of people in the community. While we may not like Pete's, we're still concerned for him.
I have to kind of second that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Pizza's takes on certain topics. However, I do feel, without diagnosing or anything, just speculation, that he isn't exactly in the clearest mind himself. And she kind of created, in my opinion, a situation where he has become completely dependent on her. Now, I feel theory wise that this was done with purpose. I do feel that she likes to keep people in her life feeling dependent on her. And it's really crappy for her just to pull this fast, because she's going to pull, I feel she's going to pull a fast one. It's going to happen for him. She's not going to give him any notice whatsoever. And it's really crappy to do that to someone who you claim is your ride or die over natter.
All right, I guess we need a little bit of input. How did she do this the last time Pete and her lived together? Was it like a clean break? Did she give him some time? Does anybody remember?
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. Dre and I were talking about it earlier, and to be honest, I forgot.
Okay. Yeah, if you remember the history, because remember she used to live with Pete's, was running his credit card up. He was the breadwinner a couple of years back when he kept on going to work every day full time and she would practically do nothing. So how did that? Well, actually, there's so much to this. Okay, well, somebody can fill us in. Go ahead. Pretty when you're drunk says Pete's is a douche, but he's still vulnerable. He needs to get connected with support people. And Greta Chantel is gonna be a little bit difficult because of his sensory and social issues. If you remember correctly, he
Mm-hmm.
keeps bringing up things such as he doesn't like going to new places without Chantel. That's a tell right there that he's gonna have a hard time with other people and other or new environments.
What I don't get is like why his family has like zero to do with him and his well-being. Like if he was a member of my family, I would be his advocate and try to get like a disability lawyer or other resources that he needs that he just doesn't have access to at the moment because he doesn't have the wherewithal or the the energy, I guess, to actually do anything.
Okay, all right.
I think it
Um,
has to do with her making him completely codependent. Like, honestly, I could see her being, and we've seen examples where she'll be like, "Oh, Pete doesn't have to worry about that. I'll take care of it." Oh, Pete doesn't, like, yeah, I don't worry. I got, yeah. Well, that's also a manipulation tactic, to make someone so dependent on you that you get comfortable to where you no longer feel like you have to worry, but you
Um,
should be worrying.
yeah, and to answer this question that Monty has up, um, I do for Pete's a little bit because I feel like it's kind of obvious to all of us that he's not the most high functioning person, and like he said himself that his mental health is just crap right now. So I think with those things combined, I do have a tiny bit of sympathy for him. I don't think he's a good person. He has some very crappy views and things that he has said, but just on a very basic human level, I do feel a tiny bit of sympathy for him. The rest of the clowns, not so much.
I don't know if I could say sympathy. I think just like you said, in a human level, you look at things from the outside and you see how messed up the situation is, and you just don't understand how the person standing right there can't see how you're about to get screwed, dude. Do something. Get moving. Like, honestly, Pete, if you're listening to this, you need to have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G, because this girl is gonna leave you high and dry.
all right. Chelsea said she left him many times for Nader, left him depressed, alone, and left him when his cat died. She's awful. Yeah, I remember that night when Timbit passed away. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Timbit. And she decided to go off to see Nether and then was screaming at her audience about that she has a life as well and blah 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 blah. Then the next day, I believe she took him, wasn't it, out somewhere? I forgot where it was. But to placate not only him but her audience, she decided to fake concern. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chantal's very performative. Everything she does is performative.
100%.
Hmm.
100%.
For sure. Is Pete's getting unemployment or does he get any assistance from another source? That I don't know. I think YouTube is his only real source of income while Chantal pays the bills. Hey, damn Kate. Hey, everybody. If you want to join the panel, the link is in the chat right now.
Like, I mean, okay, we can sit here and tally up all the stuff Pizza's done, and granted, I agree. Yes, he's done and said some really really horrible, terrible things. Pushing that aside, what Foodie Beauty is about to do to him is equally, if not worse. And one can say maybe it's karmatic, sure, but I don't know. How do you feel about that? Thinking, is it deserved? Remember, people, I think she has made Pete's 1000% dependent on her in every way, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah. There's a lot of layers to this, is what I will say. Aspires to be sweet said Pete's has specifically said that he receives no government assistance. So there you go. He's not working. He quit his job. I think he did think he was going to make a copious amount of money. I don't know how they were going to think that would last long term because if you remember, when he borrowed Chantel's channel the first time and even the second time, the amount of super chats that came in was incredible. I think he had the first night like hundreds of dollars was made and then she was supposed to give him that money, and then the second night hundreds was made as well, and then it took her a while to give him the money because she was having some sort of money issue, if everybody remembers. And then when he finally got his channel, I think he made like over $1,000 the first day he actually was on his channel. That's not gonna last. You're not gonna make, $356,000 if you stream every day. No, it's just not feasible. You might make some money some days, decent money others, but I think they were just way off. Yeah, the computer fund stream. You guys remember that? And all the super chats that were coming in. Alex K, I see you. You're added. Welcome. How are you doing, Alex?
Hi,
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, Alex.
how are you, everyone?
Good.
I'm
How are
great.
you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Doing life.
Right?
Yeah. So, what's up with this woman?
We got Gwen here. Gwen says Pete's has always needed a plan B, in my opinion, because even if Nader isn't or wasn't in the picture, with Chantel's health the way it is, he cannot rely on her ongoing support long term. Morbid, perhaps, but true. Yeah, he does
Yeah,
need
I
a
can
plan
agree
B.
with that. That's a good point.
I don't know though. I don't think. Okay, we know Chantal's health is shit, but I don't think I don't think people really realize those type of things till something really happens. You know what I mean? Like even knowing her history, you always expect someone to like die with you later, no? I don't think Pete is thinking about Chantal dying anytime soon. That's my opinion.
Okay. So if he doesn't think of her dying anytime soon, why doesn't he have a long game plan?
Well, he just needs someone to live with. And if it's not his mother, that's Chantal, and he's okay with that, I think. Like, that's it. I think he just craves and needs, okay, uh, a woman to live with that, like, takes care of the house and cooks and does, like, basic stuff that he should be doing. Yeah, like a parent. And if that's like someone that's not his mom, that's good. But you know, I think I don't know. Is going back to his mom an option or not? Because I don't know where his mom lives right now and everything.
It's not an option. She lives in
Mm-hmm.
an assisted living place, no long term guests,
Oh,
which means
okay.
nobody living with her. But she does
Mm-hmm.
have somebody living with her, which is his brother that has fallen on hard times.
Oh, okay. And is that because his mom is like unable to take care of herself, or like what's her condition? I don't know a lot about her, to be honest.
Well, if she's living in an assisted living place, then yes, that would suggest she has a hard time taking care of herself.
Well, okay, I don't know how it works in Canada, but over here in my country, there are a lot of people that just choose to go to an assisted living place, be-
Okay.
because they are like older, and they want to have the company and everything, and they have like the restaurant there and a lot of activities, but it's not like they cannot get help. But of course, every country is different. But okay, I get an idea of.
Yeah, right now living with his mom is not an option, and he refuses to talk to his dad. So his dad lives out in Western Canada, but think it was Alberta.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Has
God.
has he been sorry? I was
No,
just
no,
wondering,
no.
has he been diagnosed as being on the spectrum? Like, is that a thing?
He was
No.
supposed to get testing, and I think who whoever was giving him parenting, which his mom and other people, he fell through the cracks because
Uh,
you can tell that there's something there,
yes,
like he's very high functioning,
yeah.
and they've had this talk, and he has talked about this where he believes he should have been tested. A lot of people have said if he gotten tested when he was younger as a child, then it would be free, but it's gonna cost a decent amount of money now as an adult. So he's not gonna bother because that money could be
Uh,
spent
yeah,
elsewhere.
yeah.
But he
Which,
he he says he does believe that he has some
True.
sort of
yeah.
autism.
I
Well, I
believe
mean,
I believe he does too. And I just like I don't know about you guys, but like I'm super into Netflix, and they have this series called Love on the Spectrum,
Yes,
and
I love
it's
that.
it's about like people living on the spectrum and dating and things like that. And there's this one super charming older gentleman, and he has like an assistant, and I feel like that's the kind of thing that Pete's needs. Like he needs somebody to come in and like Alex was saying, to like help him with like food prep and just like general like scheduling and just daily life things. Because I mean, in some ways he is high functioning, but in other ways not so much.
Yes, I agree with you. The problem is, Pete has this big problem with like socializing and everything. So I don't know how he will feel with a quote unquote stranger, okay, coming in his home. Like he already struggles with going to the supermarket, you know. So even though I think that will be a great idea, I don't know if he will be open to it because he's not open to a lot of things, sadly enough.
And I want to make it clear that I'm not like trying to diagnose him. It's just I'm acknowledging that he has shown some um, some traits that align with some people on the spectrum. And I just believe if that is the case, I wish he could get diagnosed and get the proper help he needs. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, same here. I am not diagnosing at all. She asked if he's autistic, and he himself, Pete, there is a clip on YouTube, you can look it up. He says that he thinks himself that he's on the spectrum. So, you know, that's it.
Yeah, and I can back that up. He said several times because he's been asked this multiple times within the past year, and he said the same thing that he does believe he's on the spectrum. So that would suggest he's high functioning.
Have we heard about him lately or not?
Pete's is either still live or was live. He's still live right now. Boyfriend Dungeon stream he's doing.
Oh my God.
And
What
then
does that even mean?
here's this game called Boyfriend Dungeon.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I know it sounds weird. I
Yes,
know, right? But
yeah,
it's
with
a
everything that's
game
going on.
called Boyfriend Dungeon, okay? And before that, 22 hours ago, he had McDonald's mukbang, I guess, where he was raging as usual. He
Okay.
practically rages every single stream. So yeah, I guess he would be raging this stream again.
Yeah. Do we still believe he does that on purpose? I remember there was this theory about him doing it like for the money and everything. I don't know.
Look, with that crew, nothing would surprise me if everything is planned out for views and super chats. Because honestly, like their views spike up when there's any kind of drama, right?
Yeah, exactly. All of them all together, everyone's trying to catch the tea from either one of them, either Pete's or Chantel or Natter.
Okay, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm gonna say it. I know Chantal is a liar, but these past couple of days have made me feel so confused. Like, on one side, I believe I believe a lot of things that she has told us, like that he did to her. But on the other side, okay, I knew she was gonna go back, but this quick, like, come on, this is going way too fast. I cannot keep up anymore. I feel definitely they are doing this. Monty, I was thinking what you were thinking. I think on your last stream or two or three streams ago, and I heard you say it, and I was like, yes, I knew I was not the only one. I really think Nader is trying to keep her like calm and content till he gets the apartment, and then we will see, right? Like, this is the first
Why
time
exactly?
he forgives her, okay, forgives her this quickly. Like, this was quick.
Yeah. Maybe Natter wants his own boyfriend dungeon in real life.
But remember also she said in one of the streams, like I'm sorry, the last 2 days have been a blur of streams, so I don't remember specifically which one. But she did casually mention and casual okay, look, we all have to remember that Foodie Beauty purposely information overloads the viewers so that you forget what she says. And one thing she said was that her and Natter had been talking for a couple of months, working things out to be on friendly terms. So, although it may seem from one day to the next, she basically told us that they've been communicating as friends for the last 2 months.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like, from yesterday to today, you know, like, that went very fast. She like dropping him again, if we can call it that, and then he like being okay with it all of a sudden. Because I don't know in whose channel I saw it. I don't know if it was Piggy or another channel, but at the end of the video, you saw a part of another stream, and someone was asking something to Didi, and Nader said to her like, "But she apologized, right? So can you let it go?" Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he's being really snappy with little Miss Didi.
Yeah, but like when has Nader defended Chantal like this? Because this is like defending, no? This is the closest that comes to defending her from his side so quickly. Like it was a few hours later, normally this takes longer. So
You
I
know,
was,
Alex, you know
yeah.
what I think happened, girl? I think here's what happened. I think that although Natter and Foodie are in agreement with stuff, and at one point in time, Dee Dee may have been in agreement as well, what we witnessed was Dee Dee stepping out of script. She stepped out of script.
Mm.
That was not supposed to happen. Um, I think that even if Dee Dee's mad, she's supposed to stay quiet because there is an agreement within all of them to kind of make a show out of this and make money off of it. So when she stepped out of script, that's why he snapped at her because it's not something that they agreed with. Remember, allegedly conspiracy theory, whatever, in the words of FFG. She gave him a ton of money, and now you want to get buck with her?
Girl, you're so right. I hadn't think about that way. And talking about money, come on. She trying to take back now that she didn't give him money. Like a few hours ago, she said, "Is he like showering with I don't know what did she say? The $5 one?" And she was like, that's my money. That's the money I gave him." And today she was like, "That's not my money, guys. I didn't."
Uh-huh.
Oh my god! Like, look, it's getting even more evident every time. So even people that are completely new to Chantal and don't know that Chantal lies, this this last like 48 hours were like, come on, crazy. Hey Buddha.
Hi, you're muted.
I got it. I love starting off all awkward and weird. Hi guys, how are you? Is my volume okay?
That
Yes,
sounds good to me.
and your high maintenance banks are fine too. Everything is all right.
Thank you. You know, I was just sitting here having a coffee. I ate half a package of rice cakes and I was just stuffing my face and being like, because I'm filming like all day. And I realized that Monty was live. So I was like, yay, I gotta go hang with the gang.
Right?
Yay, welcome.
So what's the latest? I've been in and out lately. I've been mental health breaking from Foodie a bit. I'm getting real stabby feeling, very homicidally. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying those words. I feel just darn frustrated. These people are crazy. Sorry.
Is it me or is Buddha's connection not good?
Yeah, Buddha, you're crackling, so maybe exit and
Okay.
come back in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
All right, so let's continue. Detective Coches says Pete needs to get his arse out of the villa. She enabled and fed his continuing disconnect with reality. Very true. Hi there, Sailors 2 more. Hey, everybody, smash the like button for me. Appreciate that. So,
Hey,
yeah.
Monty,
Mm-hmm.
can you remind me who I think it was Perfectly Imperfect that told me I should do something that tracks the paydays? Well, can I just say that I'm kind of inadvertently doing that, right? Because, I'm doing the chapter 2, and I'm going to tell you something that I've noticed pattern wise. Between the 18th through the 22nd of every single month, 18th through the 22nd, the drama amps up with Foodie Beauty every single month. Just putting that information out there.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yeah. But I mean, like, why? Okay, I understand payday and everything, but what does it matter? Why does she wait till that time to like amp up the drama? I don't understand. She could do it whenever.
Crackhead activities.
Oh,
Okay.
just to answer someone in Haven, okay, I'm going to be specific. Tracking from a year ago up till now, but more specifically, 9 months ago is when it started amping up even more consistently.
Well, I think that's the one thing they can agree on. Maybe they step out of script now and then, and that's when we get something going on out of that. But they probably do have it in agreement. Sorry, hi guys. Way to jump in here. Is my mic okay? But
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
your mic
okay.
You
is
sound
fine.
good to me.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just think Erie, like I think you're right because I've noticed it. Not writing down the days, but I always notice leading into payday, obviously, like the week of payday. It always happens. And I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe that is what they have agreed, like, oh, this week, these days we're doing this. And then maybe in between it's like, I don't know, crackhead activities.
Right?
I don't know. It's weird. I just can't really. Here's my thing. I can't really like. It's tough because we know it's like there's some fake in there, but I can't subscribe to the idea of it's all fake just because Chantel's always been insanely jealous and like been insanely she's been like this all along as far as like since she started live streaming. Even before the dating arc, we saw a lot more of her unsavory traits, I'll say. And so her like getting jealous of Dee Dee and her being haughty like that, it does set in line with her whole personality. To have the idea be like everything's fake, that would put her in such a more stable spot. And I feel like I've just been watching her for too long to put her in that category. But I definitely think a lot of things are ramped up, and I definitely think a lot of things are faked or agreed upon. Like, I just wonder the percentage here, you know?
Yup. Hey,
I don't
Mama
know if that
Scrunch.
makes sense. Mama Scrunch is
No,
here.
Yes.
hi.
Mama Scrunch, I'm your biggest fan.
No,
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 you're
no, no, no.
awesome.
I am the biggest fan.
I watched Cold Turkey, okay? I watched Cold Turkey because of Mama Scrunch, okay? So I want her to know that. No, it's so we can tie, but I do want her to know I watched Cold Turkey. And I am it's funny because that movie is absolutely ridiculous. When you watch it, you can tell it's satire. It's supposed to be ridiculous, so it's very interesting. But anyways, sorry, back to the Chantel and the
You're
what
good.
we're supposed to be talking about. No, Cold Turkey didn't ruin my life. I thought it was a fun, funny movie. I don't know why it ruined his life.
Welcome back, Booty Bitch.
Hi.
Oh,
Is my
hi.
audio better this time?
No,
No.
No.
you're still crackling.
No.
Yo,
God damn
why?
it.
I think it might be your headset, Buddha.
Yeah, you might have to change to your desktop mic, yeah, or something.
But yeah, I have to agree with you, YouTube, because
Okay.
I think there's a lot of scripting going on. There's a lot of
Uh-huh.
scripting going
They're
on.
meeting up.
There's been two separate instances. The one specifically that I remember was the New York escapade that she did alone, where she mentioned that she wanted to do a show that TLC had
Yes.
offered her or something like that, but she said she would make more money doing it on her own. And then a few months before that, around the time where she met Natter, she actually was talking about the idea of doing a reality TV type deal for herself.
Yes, and I do recall that she has brought this up, sprinkled in a few times. Now, I don't know the instances you just listed, but I didn't know specifically, but this makes sense to me too, because I did remember her bringing up reality TV, and I didn't recall the exact instances, but yeah, I remember she sprinkled that in, that she wanted to have a show, or she'll say things even throughout her streams of like, my life is a show. Like, she says that blatantly.
Oh yeah, but you know what? She needs to get a better script writer because the storylines are boring and they're becoming a little too repetitive.
They are, yeah. I'm getting bored. I want some new characters. Can we get some new swinger couples in this mix? Like, can we, get a swinger? A swinger. No, I don't want to see the thing happen, but a lot of times these swingers will have dinner parties where they're not the whole time doing the thing, right? So
oh my God.
I want to see a dinner party where all these people, never mind. It'd just be funny to see like these couples sit down at a table and then they have to draw names out of a hat and we get to see who gets to swap. But I don't want to see the deed. Don't get me wrong, guys. I don't want to see that.
Is that how that works, girl?
I've listened. Well, there's different versions. I listened to this podcast where people call anonymously and they talk about like alternative lifestyles. I think Monty watches it too because he suspiciously knows a lot about freaky things. I'm just playing Monty, but yeah, they interview people that do all kinds of alternative lifestyles, and swingers were on there, different people. So they were talking all about it. It was very interesting.
Yeah, I've seen some videos too, but I've never heard like what really happens there, So
yeah.
So much for your insight.
I don't have real life experience, guys. This is just...
Are you sure?
Like, the one thing she needs to immediately drop from the storyline is the consistent line. Girl, you cannot lie to us anymore. We already know you're lying. Like the whole thing that we talked about today, right? Like what we started off.
Hello?
About going to see your family. We knew you were lying about going to see your family. Your GPS told on you. Okay? Can you stop the whole line and just be honest and be like, yeah, I'm going to go see Natter. And don't come at me with the, I want some privacy. You have never wanted privacy in your life. Don't even go there. Like, you'll show your fupa like it's nobody's business, okay? So don't even tell me that you want privacy. If you're showing the fubanani online to everyone, then you really don't care about privacy. Miss me with that. That plot needs to drop. Just be honest and be like, I'm a ratchet hoe and I'm going to go see Cracky. Done.
Hey, Buddha, you there?
Hold on.
Yeah, your audio is fine. Okay,
That
well, I
sounded
guess
a lot better.
yeah, we lost her. We got Marcy in the back here. Marcy, I'm going to add you, so if you want to turn off your cam, go ahead.
Hey, someone said hire a dominatrix for Pete's story arc. Oh my God.
Also, Erie, your little voice for her was funny. That's what got me cracking up when you did that sassy kind of.
Sorry. I do that a lot and I don't even notice I do it sometimes. I even do it in real life. I can't tell a story without doing the voices for my family members. It's insane.
Yeah, I enjoy that. So no complaints here.
Hey guys, can I jump in real quick?
Hi.
Of course.
Hi. I just wanted to come in and just a couple of little things. One, I'm autistic on the spectrum, and I'm 68 years old. I didn't know this my whole life. But how I started figuring it out is a kid, when I was born, I was afraid of everything. I couldn't look at people. I was afraid of grass. I was afraid of trees. I was afraid of everything. And I had that social anxiety. And like now at 68, I don't leave my house hardly at all. It is something to do with all of that. I rock constantly, you know how autistic people do. And the one thing I want to say about Pete's, in my opinion, and I've been married 49 years. I have two amazing children that are both highly educated, and I've learned to work through it. But I have 8 siblings, and I think that made a difference somewhat for me. But what I want to say about Pete is I do not believe he has any autism. I think he's truly, truly just lazy. Just lazy. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but
You don't
because
sound harsh at all.
because
Not at
as someone who is on the spectrum, I have to have everything perfect. I mean, it's part of an OCD also, like even as a little kid, because my mom had 8 girls, and she would want to fold our clothes, as in all the girls had shorts in one drawer, tops in another drawer, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't handle that. I wanted everything a certain way of mine. Well, my mom didn't know back then. They knew that I was a little odd, I guess they would say, but I never could stand change. And the thing about Pete is being autistic doesn't make you lazy. He's so lazy. And I think for him,
depression can have a hand in that.
right, I would agree with that more. And then one other little thing I wanted to bring up real quick was Chantel and the way she treats her mom. Now, this makes me want to cry because as being somebody, when I was little, I didn't want to leave my mom's side. That was part of the spectrum. No aunt could come near me. My grandparents couldn't touch me. I only sat on the chair arm of my mom. Nobody could come near me except my siblings and one aunt. And so when I was 23 years old, a month after my dad died, my mom died on Valentine's Day. And I'm 68 years old, and my mom never knew she had a granddaughter that's an attorney and a son that's a grandson that's an actor, or all her other grandchildren. And I sit back and think she has no clue what she has. She has no clue what she has in having her mom. And the way she treats her breaks my heart. I'm not kidding. It breaks my heart because you only get one mom.
That's right.
Just one.
I agree.
And I just sit back and I watch the things she does and the selfishness. She's the most selfish human. If you notice, when she's making a video, she does not stop for 5 minutes without talking about her hair. Doesn't this look good? Don't I look good at this? Do you like this dress? Do you like my hair like this? Do you like these earrings? You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about Chantal. Everything is about Chantal. Nothing else matters.
And
Exactly.
she ignores the important things like her health, like she's always flashing the what do you call it,
Coochie?
the Vagisil stuff. She's always the coochie too. She's always flashing it. She's always
Banani.
yes, and she's just acting like that.
Protein.
She desperately needs to believe that her body is in good shape and that she should be applauded for her
and that
body.
she's the most beautiful girl on earth.
Yeah, she
truly believes that.
She has to believe it. It's her. I think it's a coping mechanism. Her body. I'm not talking about the beauty of it because I'm the first person to stand up to these, normalized beauty standards. I'm the first person.
Right.
However, I'm not going to stand up and say being morbidly obese is okay. I'm not ever going to say that. I've told y'all before my reasons. I've seen my family members die. I have a sister right now with cancer, and she's dealing with heart disease because of her diet.
Right.
It's not because our parents did not teach us how to eat. We had 2 parents. I'm saying it's because Chantal is literally going to all of her health problems are her fault.
Exactly.
Her grandmother she said her grandmother was a slender lady. Her sister's a slender lady that's into bodybuilding. Her mom is still a slender lady, older lady. So, I've seen it. I've seen exactly what you're talking about. And I'm like, I would not be worried about my head.
Exactly.
First of all, I wouldn't be wearing wigs if I shaved my head bald. I would not be rocking a wig. Like if I'm going bald, I'm going bald. But Marcy, she seems to care about these wigs and buying clothes and stuff. And it's like, but your body is going to shit. Literally.
I think she distracts herself by that, though, because we see her delusion carries out in entirety in all these categories of her life. And I think she focuses on the hair, the makeup, the this, the that, the other, because she's shallow. And if she's just focusing on that, she won't be thinking about internal problems. And that goes for like the emotional stuff, but it also goes for the health stuff, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Oh, somebody said her mom and her sister are overweight. I thought I saw pictures, and I haven't seen the family pictures in a long time, but I saw pictures of her mom and sister, and they were way smaller than Chantal. And maybe it's just by comparison.
Yeah, they're way smaller.
Maybe they are overweight, but maybe besides Chantal, they look slender to me. So, but I feel bad for you, Marcy, because you actually are feeling pain over the stuff that Chantal is doing, and that sucks.
She doesn't care about other people.
She doesn't care about her mom at all.
No.
And
Or
that
about
irritates me to no end, because here's the thing. Chantal thinks that she doesn't affect people. Lady, you have a platform. You have a platform that you sit every day and you trigger people in all different types of ways that you don't even care. You have a responsibility as a creator when you are sitting in front of a camera. And yes, you do need to consider the viewers. You have to consider your viewers. Am I putting information out there that might trigger someone to go into some sort of breakdown? Am I putting information out there that might trigger someone to harm themselves? Am I triggering someone to relive something that they shouldn't? Yes, you do have that responsibility.
Yeah, or at least have the courtesy to say trigger warning. I'm about to talk about something that could potentially hurt you, and I don't want to do that. But she doesn't care about anybody else. And
well, guys, I'm going to have to get off here in just a second. I wanted to say one other thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Somebody had mentioned about Natter hushing up Dee Dee about Chantel, and you could tell what he was trying to tell her was, I still need to get that apartment.
I agree.
And so I think once, and I don't know how Canada is. I did live in Niagara Falls for 2 years, but I rented. But I don't know how they go as far as renting now. If she'll have to sign like a 6 lease contract, or I don't know. Here you have to have a year contract or something like that. So if she signs that for him and he just dumps her, she's stuck paying that while he can live the high life in his own apartment.
Absolutely.
So that's part of my autism. I don't do a lot of things, but my intuition on things are like way overboard.
We all can see that coming a mile away. We all can see it. We know exactly what he's about to do to her.
Exactly.
And the fact of the matter is, Marcy, I really hope that somebody like you, that you just seem like a really loving person. Like I can tell by the way you talk about your mom, and the way you talk about your kids, and the way you talk about Chantal's mom. I can tell you have a really loving heart. But I don't want you to feel bad for her at all, because we all can see it coming, and everybody's been trying to tell her. Everybody. So
and as she now tells us all that it's her business, not ours. She'll want it to be our business when he dumps her again.
Yes, it's going to be all of our business again.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be my business. I can't wait. And when this is actually over, that is going to be fun to cover, because we're going to see some because we've gotten desensitized to all these breakups. Pulpy and them have been counting, it's in the 40s, and that's just the breakups they made public. So if it's actually over, can you imagine what we're going to see? But I don't think it's going to end as soon as we would like. I think we're in for quite a little longer haul here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your videos too. Like I've been popping in on Erie and Colley's channels, and I'm really enjoying the content, so you guys can keep it up. But to be quite honestly, I don't care. I don't know why she's making that or a big damn deal. Excuse my language. I feel bad because Marcy's a mom, and I'm like, oh no, my mom is here. So I'm thinking about my mom.
Never ever, guys, never take your mom for granted. Enjoy every second of her.
Oh,
And
I
that's why,
agree. I
and
agree wholeheartedly. I had a tough relationship, as most people in their adolescence, with their mom. You know, sometimes you butt heads with your mom, but when I became an adult, I repaired those things because,
yeah,
yes, you only get one mom. And it seems like Chantel, she lives in the past, and it seems like she won't like repair any of that. It seems like she just stays stuck.
she is stuck, especially
Yeah.
with her mom.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. It's not like her mom is breaking down her door. Her mom seems to still care about her.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
still give her gifts for Christmas and everything, even when she doesn't go, even when she just stands them up. It's sad that I feel bad for the family. I don't care about what with Chantel, but I do feel bad for the family, obviously.
Yeah, they don't
Not
deserve.
fun to go through that. Yeah.
Hey,
No.
but if I can
No.
say something, do you remember, guys, when she
Guys,
was
I'll
in
see you
Cuba?
later. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Marcy. Take care, Marcy.
Bye, Marcy. Thank you so much for your input and for providing us with your
Okay.
own
Bye-bye.
experience.
Yes.
Bye, Marcy. So, do you remember in Cuba when she was like raging at her aunt or whatever, and she kind of said that her family only contact her when they needed money or something like that, you know? So I wonder if you know if the family is not that kosher either, you know?
I don't believe that. Everything she ever says about anybody else is a lie. Like I remember one time she said something about her little sister, and Shannon was asked about this one particular thing in high school. Well, her sister wasn't in high school, but when she was in high school, they asked her about some activity that her sister did. And Chantal basically made it seem like she was this supportive person to her little sister her whole life. And Shannon was like, "Nah, that's not true at all." So I mean, she just lies so much. The family probably does not call her to ask her for money. They probably ask her to maybe they ask her to contribute for something family related, i.e., a funeral. If the mom wanted to do something special, if they wanted to do something beyond the arrangements they already made, I don't think they ever call her and ask her for anything, to be quite honest.
I do remember too when Shannon was interviewed, there was just general questions about the family, just how they were. And I mean, I don't know Shannon, but she did say the family did seem, I mean, obviously it's different when you're in a family than if you're a friend, but she did say like her mom did love Chantel very much and tried everything she could and continued to. So I don't know.
I just think she's a liar, and I don't think she's ever going to say anything about anybody else to paint them in a positive light. I think she is served by making it seem like her family mooches off of her, like she's some kind of baller, and they only call me when they want money, which I think that's BS, because they called her to make sure she wasn't actually marrying Natter. People reached out to them and they said, she's talking about marriage. They called her with a quickness to make sure she wasn't doing that. So I don't believe anything she says. That's just me.
Yeah.
You want to jump in and test your audio, Buddha?
Come on, Buddha. Was somebody showing a cat earlier? I think I missed the cat. Who was showing a cat?
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Yes.
It sounds
Yes.
good now, I think.
It does. Oh, I hope so. I'm such a boomer up in here. I kept like hitting side buttons and knocking myself out. And then my computer was trying to restart. I was like, nah, no. If you could hear me swearing, you would have had a good time. Sometimes I worry that I'm still in the studio when I'm not in the studio. So I'm acting all crazy. Like, God damn it. Okay. So I'm a little bit out of the loop with Chantel, but I have seen in the last recent times that she was back to the essay and then not the essay, and then the essay and then not the essay. And so where is she on the essay? Is it happening?
It didn't
Or
happen.
not
It's
today?
all a delusion that we all had community wide. She's totally okay with it. Nothing was involuntarily inserted anywhere. We're all making a big deal out of it, and we just need to ignore and pretend it never happened.
It's angering. I've been taking a little bit of a break. I've been lurking a little bit in the background doing laundry and stuff, but I'm getting all kinds of worked up with this bish right now. Like, she has triggered me. And I'm at the level of triggered that only lipstick and a nice hair flower can bring me back down. You know what I mean? It's hard to rage when you're adorable. But anyway, she's making me very angry with all the nonsense. And I think she's going to move in with the guy. Well, no, correction. She's going to sign and pay for whatever. And she's going to think she's going to have a key. And he's always going to have a reason not to have her around. Like, she's going to have like a dummy key, like a Fisher Price key ring with the 3 big fat colored keys. She can jingle it and chew on it and put it in the freezer, you know, for her gums. Sorry, I'm feeling petty. She's such a big baby.
I think that's a fair. No, but at this point, I think that's fair, because the thing is, he doesn't even want to be her boyfriend. That's why when the wedding art came out, I was laughing my butt off, because it's like, excuse me, how is a man going to be a husband when he won't be a boyfriend? That doesn't work. So I think she believes that they will move in and, they're going to have a place they can, be, so they don't have to go to these hotels. But I do believe as well, the door will be closed a lot of the time.
I think he would go as far as to marry her just so that he's entitled to half of whatever she may owe on taxes and stuff, but she got this income and it's large. And for some reason, the universe loves her and it keeps flowing. So I have I wouldn't put it past him.
Bad though. And
the thing is, at least he's on paper, or she's on paper. He's a CRA ghost. He's just a cash over hander guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, he still benefits from hitching his wagon to a woman with a paper trail and at least income. Like, she could pay her taxes off and get back into the green. But the thing is, I wouldn't put it past him to do a Toronto, oh my God, we're in love again. Quickie marriage. White tank top, tanky topicus, and, her with some random bandage dress that she calls a bodycon, get married and be like, yeah. And then she carries him over the threshold, hits his head on the door, and then walks her out the next day. And I wouldn't put it past him to marry her for whatever benefits it comes with and then boot her.
I agree.
Do you think Dee Dee would be down with that?
Yes. Dee Dee's down.
No, I think
she can get half, I guess, of what.
Well, that's why she's going to get she benefits from whatever she thinks that they're like Bonnie and Clyde 2003, like Jay-Z, Beyonce living the dream.
If she plays that song one more time, I am going to scream.
Who's gonna outlast the other,
what it
Dee
is.
Or Chantel? I wonder.
It's her fantasy, right? She thinks it's like, oh my God, I'm with this bad boy, and he's
he's not a bad boy. A scummy scud is not a bad boy. I am single because I'm attracted to the ultimate bad boys. Oh, are you like a total convict who runs a motorcycle gang? Can I have your number? I know what my type is, and I'm responsible and accountable enough. I'm just like her, except I make the right choices on the other end.
Well, I don't think this is the thing, Buddha. I think everybody makes mistakes as far as, sometimes we just love the wrong person. However, what most of us don't do is monetize it, lie repeatedly to everybody, and just act like we're victims. Like, you're up here saying, like a woman, I know I don't like good guys. I like Sons of Anarchy type dudes, and that's not good. So, but you're saying that, and you're not lying about it, and you're getting, professional help, and you're managing your own life. You're taking control. You're not online begging for money. You're taking care of your body, and you're taking responsibility for your behavior and your health. So I don't think anybody's gonna. And that's what Chantal doesn't get. Nobody cares. Like if she's with Natter, we were all like when she was up there crying about paper clips and shit. We were the people, and me included. We were the ones saying, "Girl, you got to get away from him. He's not right for you." We were doing everything that most women would do, and even she had a large portion of men in her audience worried about her. And then all of a sudden, fuck off! I'm gonna do what I want. I'm like, bitch, did nobody tell you you didn't have to? We were just saying he wasn't. Calm down. Like, when did we become the enemy? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think that made him more attractive to her. I really do.
Oh Lord, you think? Oh,
I think it made it more of a like Buddha said, Bonnie and Clyde. I want to be with him. Nobody likes him. She mentions that every time. Like, girl, I'm here to tell you, I can't speak for all the ladies in this panel, but I'm speaking for myself. I don't give a crap if you go and marry this dude tomorrow. I really don't care.
See, I think
my life one way or the other.
I think at first people cared because, okay, so at first people cared because they remembered when they were stupid and they met the wrong person. But we did that in our like early 20s, or some people a little younger, whatever. But she's doing it in her late 30s. Well, it's crazy that she's choosing this now.
I don't think the age matters because I know some older ladies.
No, but she's grown, is what I mean. She's grown, or she should be, I suppose.
I think initially you're right. I think initially we were all.
I know what you mean about the age, but it does baffle me though how you can be a grown woman and do this.
Someone mentioned in the chat
mentally stunted people.
I mentioned in the chat oppositional defiance disorder. Can I say something about that real quick? I have a child who has that. Okay. The one thing I do know about that is that when you tell a child with ODD, don't do it, they're going to do it. Okay. So you have to find creative ways to tell them not to do it so that they don't do it. Does that make sense?
So we got to tell her to marry this man. That's it.
There you go. Marry him.
There you go.
Yes, marry him. Have a honeymoon. Like marry all the bad guys. Just go after all the terrible guys, Chantal. That's what you want to do. What you want to do is go down to Skid Row and just hook up with every guy down there and have a great life. That's exactly what you want to do.
Here's what I think. Sorry, I'd love to put this thought into the air. And I've said this before, and I still, as I watch her live her life, I continue to think this. I think that we have more than enough evidence to prove that she's past the tipping point of her life, meaning even if she woke up tomorrow and was like, I'm going to reverse everything to get her body back to where it needs to be, to get her mind back to where it needs to be, the amount of discipline, deep down, Chantal knows like she's not going to get better. Like she's never going to get back to, she's never going to get abs. Okay, I can't. So anyway, I feel deep down, even subconsciously, or even she's aware of it, she's trying to squeeze every self-serving drop out of life right now. Because to be honest with you, I feel deep down she knows time is of the essence. And she's not concerned with living a healthy life. She's not concerned with making the right choices. She's concerned on sucking the peen, living her life, flicking her bean, and doing the drugs, touching the things, not washing the things. Like, she's not trying to make good choices. She's not ignorant. Like, oh, she doesn't know that this guy's using her. Yeah, she does. She doesn't care. She's probably deep down in her mind going, maybe 15 years, maybe 10, maybe 5. Who knows? I'm going to touch all the peens. I'm going to eat all the lakmas. That's what I think. I think deep down, she's just spiraling down because there's not a lot of hope left in that melon of hers. You know what I mean? That's what I see when I see her living her life. Because I feel so full of hope because I feel like opportunities are plenty because I've made the right choices. I'm healthy. I don't smoke anymore. I've saved money. But she's just like, you know, like she's just.
I don't know. I feel like, I feel like she's just. I don't think she's self-aware enough. And I feel like she's still in that teenage/kid mindset that she's invincible and nothing's going to happen to her. I feel like that's more the case than her being self-aware and being like, oh yeah, I'm probably not going to make it another 15 years. Let me live, live it up while I can. I don't see that. I think that she's just, like I said, she's got that teenage mindset. She's very mentally stunted, and like that's very apparent.
I think I kind of agree on that and lean towards that, especially only here's the other thing too, because if she's really trying to live it up, once she follow through with some of these dates, she could be getting all the peens. She is sticking to nader taters. Despite all of this, like she sets up dates, she doesn't follow through. If she really feels she only has a few good years, girl, there are other ways to go out with a bang. You know what I mean?
I don't think she's setting up
know.
dates. I don't think a single guy responds to any of her messages.
No, but that's what she wants us to believe. But I'm saying that's why I don't think she's really living it up, because if she were, she would be doing that, right? We know better. She's trying to lie to us, but we've been seeing this over and over, right? We know she's not really doing it, but she could.
I believe that, some guys do talk to her. I don't think she follows through on meeting them, but, probably not quality guys, but yeah, some guys just want to stick it wherever they can.
In the catfish pictures, maybe she got a couple feeders in the DMs.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I mean, Natter gave her crack the first day. I'm sorry, was it crack or was it meth? Is there a difference? I'm not sure. But she had all kinds of drugs the first day, and to me, if you get together with somebody and you party, that's one thing. But this was someone that you did not know. And then she, today she gave us this whole speech about she thinks Natter's good for her life, and she's going to have him there. And I thought to myself, who cares? Why do you have to come online and lie to everybody about it? I'm sorry, I'm never going to have a good reaction to that. But like all the stuff she was talking, she was like, I'm going to have Natter in my life, and if you don't like it, and we were like always bystanders. I don't know when the audience became like her mom or something, but I think people were trying to tell her, like, just in goodwill. Nobody was trying to troll her, but somehow it's become a troll to her. Like you've become like the relationship between her and her audience is just weird. It's just weird. Like, girl, if that's who you want to be with and you want to film it, please, because we need the Crackhead Olympics. But don't ask us to like it. We're watching because this is a trailer.
Right.
That's all I'm trying
to say. I agree. Her head, she needs to give it a shake. When you said that, I did a cringe because I was back in the day the kind of girl that would meet someone for the first time and then go do drugs with them. And I'm not proud of that. I am a long way past that. But when I think now that you've said that, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I think I'm wrong on it. And maybe she isn't as self-aware as I was hoping she is, because I know what lane those guys are in. I'm not trying to husband them, like.
Exactly. Yeah, she's crazy. She's trying to marry this guy.
Hey, nice crack rock. You want to put it on my finger?
He gets her self-worth from male attention. Like, exactly. And she sees Natter as this like alpha male because he's so dom or whatever the hell. And like his attention,
that cracks me up every time when people
his attention and his admiration means everything to her. So like, screw what the chat thinks, screw what anybody says. She wants him and his approval because that means everything to her.
Yeah, no real dom would even really touch her, because doms don't like people that don't take care of themselves, and they actually don't like people that actually, I'm not going to speak to all of it, but most of them are not going to touch someone like that because it's unattractive. That's partly why they have rules about when they get into relationships, because they have standards of what they want. And
Yes.
he's obviously we know he's not real dumb, but yeah, she fancies him as that, which is troubling within itself.
Well, yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that lifestyle because I mean, I value structure, and as long as you have an agreement that is not equating to any kind of slavery or oppression, if that's the agreement, it's an agreement. But what they have is nothing that involves respect or any kind of dignity. I don't know what she thinks this is, but I'm like, girl, this is not it.
I mean, I just worry about her audience. Hopefully they don't see this kind of thing and think that's what it is, because they're pretty naive and impressionable. I mean, I wonder about those people, man.
I couldn't give two craps about those people, to be honest. They're the ones funding her lifestyle.
You know what? That was pretty boss. I like that.
I agree, Amy. I agree, man. These are adults, man. They have eyes. They can pull up Google at any minute, educate yourself. With Google in our pockets, there is no reason for ignorance these days. And for you to stick your head in the sand and pretend that you don't know better or pretend that you don't want to, biased learning, if you're not, was it confirmation? Oh, sorry.
Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias is a thing, and you're an adult and you choose. You may not know it's called confirmation bias, but if someone said, hey, you have confirmation bias, and you're just like, well, I don't care. Well, then that's a choice. And you have to be accountable for that. I agree with you, man. Her viewers, man, if they're just like, man, I'm on board with this lady, she's gonna do it. I'm just like, man, I don't want to deal with you. You guys all stay over there. I'll stay over here, and it's all good.
Yeah, right. I think she's got a mix of people, though. I think she's got a mix.
They are
people that care. There's a difference.
Yeah, there's definitely trolls, 100%, but there are also like genuine supporters, and just anybody that gives her money, just fuck all the way off, please.
I'm going to strongly agree with that sentiment because they at this point they're just funding the foolishness, and again, I mean, people that want to sit up there and pay rent for Natter.
Ugh.
No.
Why do people want to help with that?
Fuck all the way off. Fuck yourselves. Fuck your cats and dogs. All of y'all suck if y'all want to fund anything for that piece of trash. Natter's trash. He is a trash, garbage human. Say that again.
No, sorry, Andrea. Go on.
No, he's just a piece of shit. And I'm never going to understand whatever Chantal sees in him. I just, the way he wants to sit up here and just say racist stuff about someone he doesn't even know because somebody criticized him. They told the truth, and then he just wants to say racist stuff and then act so offended that somebody talked about his burnt ass food. No, not like people want to support that and give money so Natter can make it rain fives that he didn't get up and earn. No, fuck all the way off. I agree.
No. He says all sorts of stuff that he has no place saying, right? Like he makes fun of people's looks. He makes fun of people, like he tried coming at Gary talking about calling him a heroin addict, and I'm like, dude, he's never even done heroin, but nice try.
No, you've done heroin though.
Fuck, are you to even talk about someone else doing drugs, homie?
Exactly. Well, he talked about female mutilation. Okay, there are nothing he won't say when he like. At this point, this man, this creature of the netherworld, 14th century vampire, that's what he is. Wait, I did want to ask you guys, did I hear you correctly, Monty, when you said bloodletting? Please tell me they're not doing this shit.
What?
And suspension?
Foodie Beauty talked about like opening wounds and having some sort of bloodletting event. I think it might be to do with suction cups.
Oh my God. She's going to get another disease.
Suction cups on someone who already has blood clot issues. Good luck with that one, Chantal.
Right.
I mean, girl.
She's trying to catch all the hepatitis.
That's what I was thinking.
Catch them all, like Pokemon.
He's not even supposed to have knives. What in the probation is going on?
You do not want to mess around with blood clots. I'm telling y'all. Like,
and also,
I know.
They're like people that, okay, she's stepping into some shit she didn't even like. She
None
doesn't
of-
even know what she's doing.
None of them are Asian. What is no, they don't need to do any of this.
No, and also like even people in that lifestyle, that's like a very extreme subsection, and even people that practice that are very like seasoned in that. If they're doing this thing and he's already showed he's not the right type of person for this, this is very dangerous.
No, he's gonna
Like,
be
no
tweaking, and
joke.
he's probably gonna cut an artery or something. Like he thinks that he's so professional, he can do all this shit. He's probably seen it done one time, and he's one of these guys with these big egos. Oh, I've seen it done. I can do that. He's one of those guys. Like he thinks he can cook because he's worked in the kitchen a couple of years. Like, no.
What's he gonna do next? Shock play? Freaking water sports? Like what else is coming? Suspension? Well,
don't
I
know.
mean, you need a forklift to suspend her, but I mean, who knows?
Maybe they already did water sports.
Oh, they probably have. I
Yeah,
mean,
I have
would
an
believe
idea
it.
for
I don't
Natty.
wanna think-
I
I don't
think
wanna
he would
think
really
about
like
that.
it.
I think
Hey,
he's the type that
Monty.
would really.
Hey, Monty, I'm sure you're really into this. How about sounding? I feel like Natty would really love
Oh
sounding.
Lord!
Whoa,
Oh,
what the hell is that?
oh Lord!
Okay, now we
Hey,
have a
Monty.
moment.
I know you do, Monty. Are you a sounder, man?
I need an explanation here.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself so Monty can explain.
No, I'll let Buddha explain. She brought it up.
No.
Come on, Buddha.
No, because I only know of it, but I can't speak of it
There's
because I do
there's a
not
lot of
own
stuff out there.
something
There's
that can
like
be sounded.
there's a lot of stuff out there. There's like breath play. There's
Yeah, there's a lot.
urethral sounds. But sounding is a practice where men insert specially designed items made from metal or glass into the opening in the end of their penises.
Yes, into the urethra.
Yeah.
I
Oh, that
just
doesn't
Oh,
sound good at all.
Jesus
No.
Christ. What the
No.
hell?
I thought it was gonna be
Everything
about
that
farting.
exists, everything that exists, there is a sexual play version of it.
Exactly.
Or porn.
So some people are saying cupping is for medicinal. Yeah, it's traditional medicine, but some people seek pleasure from the sensation of it.
Yeah,
And you
I
think
mean, it's
that
just like
Nader's
it's
gonna
just like
do it in a medicinal way? Come on, guys.
no, and
You guys
I
are
mean
freaks.
it's like you know, people are into being choked and stuff. That doesn't mean like, you know, hanging is the only thing you can do with rope or whatever. Like no,
I just wish people would stop
get into
doing
all
that.
sorts of kinky stuff.
But the problem with this whole craze is people are doing this with people they hardly know. They're doing this. You should be doing vanilla stuff before you ever get into this stuff. You know,
I mean,
this is
yeah,
like,
I feel like I need to see certificates or something.
You
before
shouldn't
we-
ever like half-ass do anything. Like by all means, like do your research if you want to get kinky. Figure out how to do it in the safe way.
they have communities for that where you can actually know their credentials. Just saying.
Get a partner that you feel safe with, you know? Like get
I need to
someone
see
that you
certificates. I need
could
to
do
see
stuff like, you know,
Sounder. No, I'm not.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Clark. I get what you're saying that, you know, it's not made for that. But like I said, anything that exists, there is porn or a sex act version of it. Even when it comes to like people with disabilities, like me, y'all know I'm an amputee. And shortly after becoming an amputee, I learned about devotees, which are people who fetishize people with amputations. It's a thing. Everything is a thing.
Everything's a thing. Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, the bottom line is they don't need to do anything.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. They're crazy.
They just need to stick to the. I mean, don't open anybody's skin for any reason. I mean,
you know, something like to each their own, right? But homegirl, instead of like worrying about all that stuff, Foodie, how about we start practicing how to do other positions besides starfishing? Let's start with that.
She can't even have safe sex anyways. This is the last person that needs to be doing all this extra stuff. She's a petri dish.
Well, step one,
you know,
step one is washing the genitals. That's the first thing we need to do.
Really,
needs to
start
do
with
that.
that.
I mean, as long as nobody is being hurt and everything is consensual, I'm all about letting your freak flag fly. I
Right.
mean, nobody really
yeah,
chooses
I
what
mean-
they're into. It chooses you, you know? So I don't like to judge people for things that they didn't necessarily pick. It's just what flips their switch, you know?
But you should be careful. You know, that's what I'm getting at. Nader is exactly the kind of person people should be avoiding. You know,
Look, a homeboy,
So-
what was that thing that you mentioned? Sounding? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, what about it?
Yes.
Okay, so a homeboy wouldn't even go to a clinic to get tested, right? But you think he would stick things in there for pleasure?
He might.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, he's with Chantal, so I don't know.
Yo.
You know who sounds? Cyrax sounds.
Ew, I didn't need to know that. Monty.
Yeah, there's
Why do
videos
you know
online.
that? Why?
I know. I was thinking
Really?
that. How did you find this out?
I was doing my research. He likes to put stuff into his peen and up his booty hole. Then,
mean,
then he lick it.
I can see the anal stuff,
Ew.
but up the urethra, I can't see it. It's just, is that pleasurable?
That just
in
seems
any way?
painful.
I know,
to
that
me,
just sounds
but I
painful
wouldn't
to
know,
me.
But
I mean, I
Yeah.
totally get anal. Like, gay or straight, you've got a prostate. So, like, you know.
I get it. Yeah, it
You-
makes sense. But the urethra, oh God,
If
I
you
don't
think
get
that's painful, you should try and take a razor and split your peen in half over a
What?
3-year period.
No,
No,
stop
thank
it.
you. I
Oh
don't have a
my
peen, but if I
gosh.
did, I definitely would not do that. But
Can you
hey,
imagine?
No, no.
RIP to anybody eating a split hot dog right now.
And I
No.
say that with conviction because I know a guy who did that. He said he took a razor
no,
and he
no.
split his
No.
shaft in half over a
Ooh.
3-year period. And I'm like, are you serious? He's
Oh
like,
my
yeah, every day I would cut it with the razor until
Monty.
it split in half.
Monty, we're gonna have to start fundraising
Ooh.
for everybody's therapy after this.
Oh my God.
Someone said my
Okay,
virgin
follow-up
ears.
question. I have a follow-up
Yeah,
question.
I think I need to follow up.
I need clarification. Okay, so is he able to do a DP as one man? Is
Yeah,
it
I would say so.
essentially two mini penises now with a root or a base like a tree that has no
Yeah,
fork?
is it like a hydra?
Oh my God.
Buddha, why
No,
are you
this
deep
is
diving?
science. I have a
You're deep
question for
diving
I
you.
want to
in.
know
There is
also.
there is a 2-dick guy out there and he does porn now. So that's
Now I gotta go look this up. Okay, wait a minute.
Oh.
Let's go
Yeah.
back to the other guy. I gotta see the guy with the 2 dicks. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not.
Okay,
I just gotta see the guy.
I'm curious myself
he even did an AMA on Reddit, which is an Ask Me Anything. So like, yeah, if you guys want to know things about a 2-dick guy, it's out there.
I'm gonna look it up. But I have a question.
I want to know the phone number of a 2-dick guy. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but you know, at least one of
penis,
them's
like,
probably going to be impotent.
Is it like a dragon, or is it like? I mean, is it split forever? Is it growing back? Like, what's going on with it?
With what?
With the guy that split his penis, is it okay?
It's permanently split.
Does he still get erections? Can he still? I mean, is it like?
I was
Yeah, he
wondering
said so.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The blood.
He
Well,
can?
Did he?
it's a hollow shaft, right? So you can pretty much fill it with blood still, and it'll get erect. Yeah.
Did he explain why he did it?
Kink. Some people are into split penises.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everything is a thing, you guys.
Yeah,
Everything.
like some people are into
It
split.
just sounds so painful, you know. But
Some
I
people are
mean,
into split genitals. Yeah.
Well, now I gotta go look up not the split penis guy, but the 2 dick guy.
oh, this is
it.
such a wild world. I just want someone that knows how to lay it down. You know what I mean? I'm feeling really
Right?
vanilla right now because I'm like, dude,
I feel like
I don't
I
know.
feel like there's a whole world out there I don't know about. Like 2 dicks.
well, I know about a lot of stuff, but this was weird. This was different.
Well,
I learn a new thing every day. You know,
I learned most of everything that I know about sex
Clark, what I do? What I do?
from
Clark?
an older Canadian woman. You guys familiar with Talk Sex with Sue?
No.
Sue Johansson.
Yes, Sue
Oh,
Johansson.
She was the best.
Oh
Yes.
yes, the doctor, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like when someone, well, no, I'm not gonna say that.
she was a real doctor, and she would just you could just ask her anything, and she was like a cool aunt or something. I could just listen to her talk forever.
Dude, people would call in and be like, so yeah, I'm wanting to have anal with my partner, and we want to do ass to mouth stuff. And she'd be like, no, don't do that. You'll get infections and stuff. And she was like, she never judged them, but she'd be like, no, don't do that.
Well, I think she would tell Chantal, if she could, that she needs to wash her genitals before and after sex.
Right?
I think.
Jesus.
I mean, come on. I'm like, Natter, I don't put anything past you or Dee Dee if y'all are banging that, because we know she doesn't bang.
Really?
Kenny J, what did you call Sue Johnson about? Putting you on the spot. Well, everybody got so quiet.
We're curious. I want to know.
waiting for
Inquiry
Kenny.
minds need to know.
She put us on the edge of our seats.
Is
with
she
that.
coming on? She has to come on and share it. Is she on here? Is she on the panel?
Nashville, I'm sorry.
Nashville
chicken sandwich.
But knowing about things and wanting to do them are two different things. I'm a really curious individual. There's a lot of crazy stuff I've looked up, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna, it's all personal. People are into what they're into, right? So, but I do like to know.
2022, on this day, I will be looking up a man with two penises. I need to do it before I die.
Right on Memorial Day of all days, Memorial Day weekend.
And I'm not ashamed. Y'all not gonna shame me. I need to see it.
I'm so glad that I was able to bring that into your life.
Thank you.
Look. You know
Hey,
what?
Monty.
Rule of thumb, general for everyone.
sorry.
PSA: if it goes in the stink, it gets washed before it goes in the pink. Okay?
Exactly.
Yes.
We do not do that. We do not go from stink to pink.
ATM.
Don't
It
do
has
it.
to be washed.
That's
Don't
called,
do it.
Also,
ATP and ATM.
Also, if you're gonna do anal, use a water-based lube, and you want to do a douche before you do anything. Nobody wants a Tootsie Roll on their
Also,
Peter.
do not let your man do anal if he does not know how to warm up the oven. It has to be really warmed up, okay? If he does not know a clitoris exists, he does not deserve the stink.
I have a saying about anal. Let's put it this way: if she's not begging for it or asking for it, she's not ready for it, man.
Leave me alone.
You gotta turn her on here where she's just like, anyway, she's a bad girl, and she's like, you know what we should do? Let her pretend it's her idea. Okay, you know what I mean? That, and then she's ready to go. But speaking of douches, is this boxing fight with Roman still going ahead? I'm very excited about this. Is this still happening, Monty?
It is. It is happening. Guess what? What came?
Oh shit.
Oh,
shit.
Let's see.
It's a nice day for a white wedding.
I'm
excited, but
Monty.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're not gonna unbox?
I am gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it on my channel where I'm gonna do the workup to, Yeah, I will do the unboxing and the fitting it on, and you guys gonna see it in a video.
Yay!
I can't believe it came this early. It came actually on the 26th, and I didn't even know because I ordered it. When did I order it? Like literally a week before that.
And it's Sheen. Usually those things take
take
forever.
a while. Yeah. I was like, WTF, why is it here? Because I'm expecting like early to maybe mid-June for it to arrive.
They know how important it is.
Like they do. They're like, it's your wedding dress. $17 Canadian, free shipping.
They're like, oh, they're in a rush. They're going to a courtroom. Let's go.
Right?
Are you guys gonna have training reels? Like, are you when promos for fights are coming up, like
doing.
You're like shadow boxing? I am
gonna do that.
See Roman's training. Like, I know you can.
It's
throw,
already up. It's
but
on my 4th channel.
I want to see Roman's train. It is.
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
training
I'm gonna go
reel.
check that
Yeah.
out right after
You didn't
this
see
with a
that
cocktail.
video
I didn't know that.
of him with being Weasel?
Oh shit!
I
Yeah,
think
his
Roman
face is
was.
on top of Weasel, and Suicide Squad Weasel.
Is that a montage?
Weasel didn't make it past the beach.
Okay, but Weasel did get back up. Okay, it took him a day or two, but he's okay now.
You need like
Roman
a
better.
bedazzled robe to wear into the ring and unveil the dress.
I do, right? Something
Yes.
funky. Or maybe I'll pull who's that person that dresses? I don't know. I like her style. What's her name again? She's from Oakville, Ontario. Was it something fart? What's her name? Amelia.
Amelia
Amelia
Fart.
Fart. Yeah.
Yeah. She was fun. I used to watch her.
Right. Okay, so
was
somebody
wild.
wants my 4th channel. All right, let me link you guys since you guys are missing out on this. But yeah, I will link everybody because I did the whole promo and everything for him. I'm supposed to be doing these every other day, but I'm a little bit behind, so I'm gonna do another promo tonight.
He better show up. We're all waiting for
Right?
that.
I don't think he's gonna show. Just being honest. Well, I looked up the guy. He seems like a really level-headed guy, but I didn't see any pictures, which is what I wanted. But that's fine.
Oh, he probably has. You probably have to do OnlyFans to see that. That two dick isn't for free. He probably charging for that.
He should charge for it.
Yeah, that's true. He deserves it.
I don't think Roman's gonna show though. I don't think he's gonna show. I think
he's not going to show. First of all, the guy doesn't even talk. Like he knows how to fight. First of all, he started by saying, I'm a professional boxer. Then he got called out by the actual details of a professional boxer. They cannot challenge street fights. He doesn't even use words like basics. Jab. Like he's just like, I do lots of street fights. And let's put it this way. If you actually knew how to actually fight, you wouldn't be bragging about your endless street ruckuses. You know what I mean? You'd be throwing down and be like, I'm 7-1. I'm this and that. I trained with, he hasn't even dropped any training classes. Like, have you trained with anybody? Mayweather's father? Like anybody? He doesn't say anything that says, I know what a boxing glove is. Sorry, I'm triggered because I love to box and I'm just like, I want to take him, but Monty will do a good job mopping the floor with him.
Well, boxers, they tend to have like a certain language, right? I didn't box, but I did martial arts for a long time. Nothing is rigorous as MMA or anything like that. But when I was in university, I did jiu-jitsu and I did what do they call it? Urban combat for self-defense or something. And in urban combat, not so much in jiu-jitsu, we had to learn how to spar and we had to learn how to take hits. And we had to come to grips with, hey, somebody's actually going to hit you. And so when you get into these classes or in any kind of realm with with these guys, you can tell like they are, if you've ever taken like a class where you come in, you got the guy and he's just jacked. He's like an older guy. He's jacked. He's coming in, he's like, come in. We're going to talk about some stuff. They talk in a certain language, and Roman he just screams fake to me. When he was talking about he was a professional, I've been around some professionals, and that dude just isn't it. He's not it. Like he really tried to come off like he could really hurt somebody. And I'm glad they called him out on that. Like you can be held legally. Like the guy that taught at my university, if he had just walked up to somebody on the street and just started taking people out, they would have arrested him. That's how lethal he was because he was so educated. But moreover, he had training by the armed forces and he was an actual fighter. So yeah, he would have been arrested. Like, you just out here whooping people's asses, dude. You can't do that. It doesn't matter how the fight got started. So he would be held responsible because he's an actual professional. So when he started backing out, I was like, oh, he ain't shit. because it's just you can tell, right, Buddha? You know what I'm talking about. You've been around those guys.
Well, I'll give you a great example. If I know people love interesting YouTube personalities, you need to Google this guy. His name is Charlie Zelenoff, and he is a very famous fake fighter in the world. Everybody knows of him. Joe Rogan's always laughing about him. He's this completely delusional narcissist guy who, what he does is he challenges people to street fights type deal, and he sucker punches them, and he calls it a win. And so he did this to Mayweather Sr. one time, and he almost got his ass handed to them in a gym. Anyway, this guy was harassing Deontay Wilder, who's a human murder machine. Like, he's insane. And he was just like challenging him to a fight, saying, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to beat you up. And then this guy, just trust me, this is a deep dive that you'll need a cocktail for, because it's all Roman vibes all the time. Pipe cleaner arms, calling timeout. Oh. Like, it is the epitome of the tap out guy who hangs out at these gyms.
Oh no,
he's a tap out guy. You know what I mean? You know, the tap out guy, the tailgater guy outside UFC fights in the parking lot, and he's all like, "I'll fight you." People who
Like the
actually
wannabe
train
Fight Club.
never fight.
Wannabe Fight Club member, something like that.
I respect
Yeah,
Fight
no,
Club
what's
members
What's
more
his
than
name
him.
again, Buddha?
Charlie Zelenoff. Just trust me on this one. I've seen every single documentary made by every single person. I can't get enough of this guy. He is so delusional that the minute Roman was kind of doing his thing, I was just like, oh, this guy's totally Charlie Zelenoff vibes. Except Charlie owns gloves and about 3 tank tops, and was Fuzzy Kiwi head. Like he's not going to show. I could tell just by the last time he was talking to Monty. I feel like he wants to lick Monty's booty hole a little bit in the clout department, meaning he came off strong. And last time he seemed like he was trying to be friends with you. Like, everything you said, he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to look into that. What was that again? Let me get my pen and paper. Like, he didn't seem very compatible with you last time. It seems like he's just building it for views. He's not going to show. He doesn't even own gloves. It's just a storyline for him because he doesn't exist otherwise.
Exactly.
Sorry.
He has to make himself relevant, right? He has to do something to make himself relevant.
He's like the one date that never goes away. Like that like you had your 15 minutes, just go away now. Like, no one's interested. Like, he keeps on saying he has the same tea. Like, there's no tea. You have nothing.
Yeah, he's been saying he's had tea for a minute, right? So he's like a canker sore.
And he waited too long. He could have given the tea on the BBJ's appointment back when we were waiting for it. Because that's all I cared to hear about, actually. When it came to Roman, the only thing I cared to have asked was about the appointment. But, I mean, we never get the truth anyways. Not even with the side characters, so.
No, but he's made himself relevant at least until June 20th.
Yeah.
Oh,
True.
This guy, he's like this first thing that pops up when I type in ZE. I type in Charlie and then ZE, and he was like the first thing. Oh dear. Okay, this is great. I'm going to enjoy this. I can tell already.
Andrea's got a couple deep dives, rabbit holes to go in tonight.
Exactly.
Oh, he's a lolcow.
Yeah.
I gotta look
he's
him
a
up too.
lolcow. I'm surprised you guys don't know about him.
I'm gonna look him up too, actually.
It's juicy though, but he gets into it with like real boxers and stuff. Like, he is lucky he still has his head attached. Let's put it this way.
All right. So the boxing match was supposed to be June 20th, but that is a Monday, so it's been changed to the Saturday, June the 18th. Furthermore, somebody's saying one more day till MFW's our probation. Cool. Did you guys see on Twitter that she has been put in for an eviction?
Oh, I thought I saw that receipt floating around.
Yeah,
I saw
on
that.
Twitter.
What now?
Yeah, MFW has been put in by her landlord for eviction.
Oh. Why is that on Twitter?
Because it's public information. So yeah, you guys didn't see this?
No.
Oh, wow, okay.
I saw it.
Maybe I'll put it up on the screen then. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of worried about her animals. And yeah, of course, I'll be worried about her animals as well. There's a lot of people who don't like her, so they're like jumping for joy. But I don't know. I'm kind of in the gray area. I know like she doesn't have the best track record and everything, but there it is.
Why?
Ryan Taylor versus Catherine C. Roby, Katie Roby, aka MFW.
What does it say? Just for not paying rent, or did they get into a fight, or?
I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look into this more. But I think it would be money problems, wouldn't it? Because that's what she's been having the past couple of months since her channel got yeeted. It's always been money problems there. In fact, she or her heat was off because she couldn't afford it. Because I remember that live stream, she was saying that she would just have showers at her dad's, which lives next door, because her heat was off, and that she was having a hard time paying bills, paying fines. She had to do something to pay a fine a few days ago. Can somebody remind me what she did to pay this fine? Did she like pawn something?
Well, she's I don't know, but I mean, if she's working, she's I mean, it's such a hard time for so many people. I don't feel good talking about it, but I hope that
I think
her
she
animals
said she had to pawn stuff.
Yeah, pawn a ring. Yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation, but other people like she deserves it because of her history. She does have a sorted
Yeah, I heard.
history. Yeah.
I don't know about. I mean, I heard some stuff in her past or whatever. Like she said some really awful things, and she's done some awful things. But let me like you know, having money problems is something that can happen to anybody. I can't see myself celebrating that because she's working. Like if it was Natter or Chantal or something, I'd be like, hi. But
See, but that's the thing though. You're more well versed in Chantal. You know what a piece of crap she is,
yeah,
and
maybe I
you
don't
don't.
know all about.
Yeah, that's the case with a lot of people. A lot of people don't know about MFW. I would highly recommend that everybody do their due diligence and research her and see why she is so hated. Because there's a multitude of very valid reasons. She's garbage. She is. She's garbage. She called out Chantal in real time, which is great. But like we're on here every day calling Chantal out. That's nothing new. So yeah, she's just garbage.
Well, if somebody tweeted out my eviction shit on the internet, I don't know how I feel about that. But all I know is, well, what was I gonna say? I was going somewhere with that. Like, it was something about, it was something about, you know, getting back up. Like if you can get back up, that's great. But I'm not sending anybody any money. Like even when Callie was going through her crisis, like let me just say I'm glad I didn't give her money because like the whole world is going through right now. Like the entire world is going through.
What
Most of
what
us, but
what Justice just said in the chat,
what
she is worse than Chantal. Like 100%. Like you guys are worried about Sam and BBJ. MFW.
is she bad to her animals?
Oh, you don't even know, girl.
Fuck
You
her then.
don't even know.
I don't have any
You
sympathy
don't
when you're
even
bad to
know.
your animals because you don't have to have the animals. You don't have to keep the animals in horrible conditions. Let me stop because I was about to get up on a soapbox. If she's shitty to her animals, then let me
It's worse. It's worse than being shitty.
let me just stop. Because I'm like, I was trying to have sympathy, and I'm like, oh damn, that's messed up. They put her shit on Twitter. She's getting evicted. Like everybody has a
Andrea,
hard
you're
time.
having a heart up here.
And now I'm like, like
sucks.
if you're bad to your animals, no, I can't feel anything for you.
I'm not going to go into details because this is Monty's channel and his panel, and I'm not going to get into that. But I will say she has gone above and beyond harming animals. She has killed animals. This woman is garbage.
Okay, well, let's move on. Back to Chantal and her horrible self, because I can't. No, I can't care, but I can't care about your struggle. Exactly, the afterlife. Like, who cares about your struggle? Nope. We're moving on. Moving on. I'm not. Yeah. So, you know. What else? What else? Oh, so can we talk about this whole flashing thing that she did? I feel like I'm late to that party. So I was watching. I was trying to find the picture of her where she flashed, and everybody was kind of like she's gonna get her channel taken down.
Oh, the
And
Fupanani Andrea. Okay, let me tell you about the Fupanani. So she was fighting with she's fighting with MFW, right? So she decides to lift her shirt and kind of like make fun of Katie, and she's all like, "Well, let me see you do this. I bet you yours looks like this." I'm gonna say something. No, I bet you hers doesn't look like that. Chantal, I'm just gonna put it out
It's
there.
nasty, all
when I
kinds of
saw it,
nasty and
when I
wrong and
when I
She
saw
learned
unlike
it,
nothing.
Jesus. All kinds of nasty and wrong with Jesus.
hey Dre,
That's all I can say.
Hi,
was so,
Dre.
Hello.
when I realized when I realized what I was looking at, I take when you see something like that, you take a moment and you blink because you have to get your mind right. Like you don't register what you seeing. And I blinked again, and I was like, "Oh, she's not wearing anything." I was done, and I was like, she can't. I was like, how is she getting away with this?
I
And
really
she
How?
wanted
learned
to. I
nothing
needed
from
to
losing
bleach my
her
eyeball.
channel.
I needed to bleach my eyeballs after seeing that because I was like, "Dear Lord and Jesus, what the fuck?" I did not need to see that.
How
Thank
does
you.
she get away with every night just sitting in front of a camera wearing a bra? Explain that to
Um,
me.
because YouTube don't give a fuck.
Because like
Well,
no one,
it was
and
just
it's nothing about your body type, right? Because like let's be honest, if all of us were on panel right now, just chilling in our bras talking to each other, I'm pretty sure the stream would get taken down.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
that and the fact
Yeah.
that I'm just like,
Yeah,
look,
it'd
I
be
don't care who it is.
inappropriate.
Look, I don't care who it is. I mean, look, I'm sorry, but I'm gay as fuck. I don't want to see all that.
And she just showed it. It was not just her. She showed it. And I'm just,
Mm-hmm.
She learned nothing from losing her channel. Nothing.
Do we
Nothing. She
expect her
never
to?
learns
Do
anything.
we expect her to learn anything at this
No,
point in
but
time?
it's no, I don't.
I don't expect her
I
to
just
learn
wish I didn't have to
nothing.
see all that.
I know. I'm like, man, some people were trying to keep their food down. Thanks,
it was
God.
shocked she did it. I was like, what was the
Some
point
people
of
could have went the rest of their lives without having to be tortured like that. God,
it was like a jump scare moment. But
On
God, it was like
the
a
manner she did
horror.
it too. The manner
it,
she did it, she was so proud and so
yeah.
smug and so, you know.
Like, I
So
mean, look, no, she needs to stop. Like, that is nothing to be sitting there. Look, I ain't got nothing against people loving who they are, loving your body. Look, love you, do you. But that's just too much. That's just a bit
Sometimes
much.
things are just inappropriate for
It's
this
very
setting. You know what I
inappropriate.
mean? It's inappropriate. Even though we're online, this is a virtual public space. It's inappropriate to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's consenting to seeing all that. It's inappropriate behavior.
And
But
like,
anyway, Chantel,
and,
so
and it's very like, oh, look at me, I got something to prove. Who you trying to prove who's something to, baby? Other than maybe Dee. But even then, it's like, baby, look, I don't know what you're trying to prove to Dee. I don't know what you're thinking that you're beating her at. At the only thing you beat her at is the fact that you're younger than her. And even then, that's
that's
not
not
even
even
really
a
beating
win.
anybody.
That's not a win because
But I mean,
Didi.
but I'm just saying that, like, if you gotta give her something, that's the only thing you can give her. Is that maybe she's younger, but I'm like, Lord.
So
But
I'm
I'm just
just
saying,
so here's the thing. Here's my thing with here's my issue with Chantal doing that because I do have an issue with that because the reality is if she gets mass reported like she should be, she's gonna say she was bullied. But the reality is, even if you age restrict something, even if you want to call yourself, I make adult content. There's a platform for shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not YouTube. YouTube has said it over and over again. We care about the kids who use our platform. And her sitting up there just willy-nilly taking out her private parts. I mean, you could see it. You could see it. I was like, no. What is
I
this?
think
It was
I
just
think
it was
YouTube
too
needs
much.
to show. YouTube needs to show that they give a crap about the kids and permanently take this woman off the platform because
They
she's shown
do.
she doesn't care.
They do. She does not care. So I mean, my whole. I mean, I was stunned first. I don't know why I was stunned after she flashed her titties at me. I don't know why that shocked me, but it did. So, but it shocked me because I'm like, there could be. What if somebody had their kids and she's on the screen and she's just doing this?
She doesn't even care. Remember way back when there was a couple of her viewers that said, "My son says goodnight and gives you a kiss every night." And
Yeah.
she said
Oh
her
my
son was
God, I
what,
forgot
7
about
or 8 or
that.
something. I was like, and she's like, "Oh my God, great." And the stigma, he'll grow up to love big ladies. It's like, no kid should be watching your content, lady.
She shouldn't be.
There
She
are
should not
plenty
be
of
on
wholesome,
YouTube.
bigger people this kid can watch. What are
But
you
I mean,
talking about? Like,
look, but then at the same time, it's like,
ugh.
I guess, like, while no, I do not agree with any child watching Foodie whatsoever. No child needs to
Hell
be watching
no.
that.
Well,
But also,
Hell to the
but then that
no. To the
to the
no,
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 no.
no.
I feel so proud you guys know that song. I'm proud of each
Oh,
and every one of you Caucasian friends. Congratulations.
I'm not
You,
Caucasian.
Dre, you're not, but
I'm
But see,
Latina,
I'm not,
Mima.
baby. I'm the furthest thing from Caucasian. I was about to say, girl, look, look, baby, look,
excluding Dre, I'm
baby,
proud of
look.
y'all
But
for knowing that
listen,
song.
listen. Look, I have a 6-year-old and a soon to be 4-year-old. And there have been occasions when I'm editing videos that my daughter will look over my shoulder and be like, "Who's that, mommy?" And I'm like, "It's a witch. We don't look at her. It's evil. It's pure
Baby.
evil. We
look
don't look
away,
at this."
children. Cover your eyes.
But like, but then again, at the same time, like, I don't want to be that person to like judge parents, but it's like, why would you want your child looking at Chantal? Like,
I'll
I
judge
don't, I
them.
don't
I'll
think that's
freaking judge them.
appropriate.
I don't care. I'll judge them. There is
Like, I
no way
don't.
a child should see that. I don't
Yeah,
even
like
have
I
kids,
feel
and I'm not my niece, my nephew. They're not gonna see anything like
right.
that.
Like
You
that's
know what I
right. Like
mean?
that,
Like,
and that kind of
yikes.
right, and that kind of then unfortunately boils back down to the parent. It's like, well, if the parent is subjecting their child to this, then it's just like, well, is it Foodie's fault if if the parent is subjecting their child to this crap?
No,
You
but she
know,
was
but
excited when they told her about it. That
I
I mean, yes,
know.
it's on the parent, sure, that's their choice. However, her reaction to that told me, yikes, because she was like, "Yay!
I want
Tell him good
Okay,
night." Like, I'm
so
like,
that just like honestly when she said that, like when the woman said that, oh well, what was it, 8-year old?
yeah, they were
I
like
remember
they
that
were
moment now when she
young.
said it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
cringed. I
they were
literally was
under
so
like,
10.
ooh,
so you guys
Ernest
I
know
was
would
Lena
not.
Headey? You know Lena Headey, the
Yeah.
actress who plays Cersei Lannister.
Yes.
So she was doing a show and people were asking her questions and this little kid stands up and he said, well, I love you so much, and she was just like, thank you. She was like, do you watch the show? She just kind of had a moment where she was like so happy, because the little guy was so excited to be talking to her. She was just like, I don't think you do you watch my show? And everybody just starts laughing, but she was like, seriously, like, y'all asked me to have an interaction with this person who's not an adult about a Game of Thrones. The last
Mm-hmm.
episode was me getting banged by my brother. Like, come on. She was
no,
not with
that's
it.
inappropriate.
So exactly. So she was just kind of looking around like, y'all joking me? Y'all are playing a joke on me right now. That's what she thought, like in her heart. But she's a mom. And even though she's doing like a real job, she's an actress. She was so aware that this interaction really should not be happening. She's like, if you love me, I hope it's not for this show, because you should not be watching this show. And I feel like creators have the same responsibility to a point. I mean, it's YouTube ultimately. Like, she should not be on YouTube doing that stuff. But Chantal doesn't have I don't know. I don't even know why I'm saying this. But my point is she just doesn't need to have a channel. I don't know why they gave her channel back. It was the worst thing that could have happened.
It was, especially for her ego. Jesus.
I don't tell anybody else I watch Foodie. If I didn't have you guys, I don't know who I would talk to.
I
don't
yeah.
How do you
I
even
feel it.
begin to explain Foodie Beauty to the outside world?
Well, when people
somehow I was able to explain it to you, Erie, and you got into it. So
Well, but no, I was already within YouTube communities, like I get the
yeah,
craziness that is YouTube. Try explaining it to, I don't know, say your cousin, aunt, brother who doesn't watch YouTube.
you know what the weird thing of it is? It's like, so my cousin who's like, well, he's about 21, and like I had just randomly just had something up with Foodie, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know who she is," and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
you know who Foodie is?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know who he is," and I'm just like, Jesus. So it's like, I mean, I know like sometimes like when we do the Twitter spaces, we have some people in there who are like 20, 21, 22, 23, and it's just like, y'all should not be knowing who this lady is at this young. Y'all too young and innocent to know this. But then it's like, well,
she's a lol cow.
Yeah.
I mean, she is living up to the name.
I know.
Oh my God, your cousin introduced you.
Well, I know, but this is the weird thing of it is though. It's just
no.
I guess like in my mind, it's like the whole like. I mean, again, even the whole like, because people are always like, "Well, Audrey, you're like so young," even though I'm like 30. But I'm like, when I was 21, I wasn't sitting here looking at lol cows and all that stuff.
No,
like that was. I don't even know if that term was even a thing back like 9 years ago. Almost 10 years ago. I don't know. Oh, if that was even a term.
Oh my God. I have to apologize. I'm sorry. Look, it was I did not plan to offend the witching community. I myself am a member. I am a light worker. I do apologize for that. My child is very well versed on both light and dark. So please don't take it in the wrong.
She just didn't want her child to know about Chantal.
Just an expression.
She knows, guys. She knows.
I explained her to my brother.
How?
And somebody said in the chat that like middle-aged guys don't understand it. My brother is one of those, and I was like, yeah, she's just this dumpster fire of a human being who like wastes $20K a month on a crackhead, and he was like, oh, sounds interesting.
She's a desperate one. How hard is it to explain a desperate fat woman?
Well, I talk about the love after lockup stuff. I mean, look, I've been watching these trashy reality shows forever. So if by chance anyone in my real life happens to find out that I watch this crap, I have the go-to already in my head where I'm just going to be like, well, you saw me watching that love after lockup trash and she's doing it in real life. Supporting this. Yeah, she's doing the pregame right now. She's
speaking of love after lockup,
she's on pregame mode here.
No, I have
I
have a random question for everyone that if someone knows. When was Natter convicted? When did he go to jail?
2018.
Okay.
He had matters in court 2018 and 2019. I would assume that was for the Delphine incident.
Yeah, that's when I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering exactly because someone was asking me, they were like, if he got 2 years, wouldn't his probation technically be up? And I'm like, I think probably what happened was that he had he served the 2 years, he served the 8 months, and then the rest of that time was basically he spent out, and then after that, then they put him on like another kind of like a probation thing after that.
Yeah, typically what they're doing is these days, I've never not seen anybody get jail time and not probation or some sort of parole after.
Right. So
they always come hand in hand right after
basically
some sort of sentence, yeah.
Right. So basically he's in like the parole part of it right now.
probation because we're in
Okay.
Canada and it wasn't federal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it now? Also, a quick question: what was that place that they went to today? Not today, but like in the video today.
Oh, the botanical gardens, I think it
Oh,
was.
okay, okay. Because I was just sitting here like, this is a really random place for y'all to be going, and they were trying to
It's
make
a
it.
beautiful place.
Yeah, it's the
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
Montreal
it
I'm not
is.
talking about
Botanical
that
That's the
Gardens.
place. I'm
weird
talking
part.
about them.
Yeah.
They looked so out of place. Is what I'm
They
saying.
looked awkward.
I agree
They
with
look
Dre on that. Yeah.
no. Don't get me wrong. The botanical garden is beautiful. For the Asian architecture, I was like, oh my god, gorgeous. But like them like together, like they just looked
Yes.
so out of place.
And it
Can
wasn't an
I?
activity you would think they would care to do anyways. I mean, Foodie wants us to believe she walked 2 hours. Come on, she wasn't walking them
Oh
2 hours.
Lord.
I do
No, she
believe
probably
she
sat on a bench the whole
I mean,
I
her
time.
feet
mean,
were
like
torn up, but it wouldn't take 2
it,
hours for her to get there. She's
it
practically a
came
moped,
across
so.
it came across as they were trying to recreate Toronto in a weird way, if that makes any sense. Like they're trying to recreate the quote unquote the magic of Toronto. With Montreal bees, and I'm like, man, this is not
Of
it.
It was so
Toronto.
fake. It was so staged. It was
Like, I mean, and plus he was walking in front of her the whole time, and I'm
He
like,
did that when they
man,
went to the zoo as well. Like, he
I'm
does
like,
that
man,
anywhere they go.
he does
that's just
not walk with her.
like,
He's
I'm just like, that
embarrassed,
should just be a
probably.
sign right there that it's just like, ma'am, like this is not romantic. This is not cute. This is nothing. Like he literally thinks nothing of you. He walks in front of you and spends your money. So it's like, yeah, like he literally thinks he's above you.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to be seen with you. That's why he's trying to run away even when he's walking. He's trying to be ahead of you so nobody knows you're
Nobody knows
together.
he's with you.
Exactly.
It
And
just
you
looks
can see it.
so bad. It was just so bad, and
They
it's
have
just
no
like, girl,
chemistry. How have
If
they
a
done things? They have no chemistry at all.
if a
and I
man was embarrassed to be seen with me while I'm paying his phone and his iPad and his apartment, like he wouldn't have anything. She I mean, it has to be.
She's out of her damn
Because,
mind to pay anything of his end of
well,
craziness.
it's because you have self-respect, Andrea.
There's just no. I wouldn't be paying all that stuff anyway.
Yeah, of course you wouldn't. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you're not desperate for dick like she is, so
I mean, and
you're
it's
desperate.
so accessible. Like if you just like there is somebody out there that will say, "I like your body shape. I don't care about all that other stuff. I like your body shape. I would like to get with you." It seems like she has to pursue this.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I just don't get why she's so like hung up on this one. I'm like, girl, you mean to tell me that there's not some weird guy out there who's not into BBWs who won't basically be all up in it and be all in it to win? And his name is Bennett. You're telling me there ain't no other man in somewhere in the Ottawa situation type deal that you can basically get into who won't basically just, even pretend to love you? This is the only one? Have
I
you ran
think she
through all
likes
your
the
Well, but
emotional
remember, she says she gets
unavailability.
bored with quote unquote normal guys. Okay,
Mhm.
she said it multiple times.
She just
I
trying to figure it out. Fuck.
I think she gets bored with. I think she likes the emotional unavailability. I think the fact that he doesn't want her, that he treats her like this, and makes it more of a challenge, makes it more like she's got to get him. Like she's set on it, and I think she's into it. I mean,
That's where, like, honestly, and I think more people are starting to talk about the fact that I think Homegirl probably does have a bit of a humiliation kink, because I'm like, girl, you got to be into this somewhat.
I
Because
think she's desperate. I think she has no
Lucky.
self-worth. I think that I don't even know about that, because the girl likes to pretend she's some vixen, but she's pretty much, she doesn't know what she likes when it comes to that stuff. That's why one day, oh, it's the best, sex of my life with Nader. The next day, no, he didn't even play with my tits, da 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 da. To have a fetish, you have to be sexually awake enough to have one. I don't think she's mature in a way to
Well,
have
I
that,
mean, you
but
don't
that's
have to.
my
Well,
opinion.
well, I mean,
I'm
you
not
don't
saying
have
I'm
to
right,
truly.
but
You don't truly have to be aware to know that you have a kink. You can have a kink and
I
not know that you
suppose,
have a
yeah.
kink.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess so, yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, she's. I mean, it's something because I'm like, girl, for this one, like
Steffi just said in chat that she doesn't think that Monty is her type. Y'all, she's literally hit on Monty and called him hot and then like mildly attractive or whatever the
if it
hell.
has a penis and a pulse, it's her type. At this point, please,
Yeah,
Well, he
exactly.
can't, yeah.
please. I'm sorry. She a type.
Monty, you need to do some ops. You gotta,
What kind of ops?
Don't do that. Don't subject that man to that.
I want to know what she DMs like. I'm so curious.
I'm doing black ops or fupa ops.
Both. I
Fupa
mean,
ops.
I couldn't do
Fupa ops for sure. I mean,
I'm
we gotta know what her flirt game is like. It's probably hilarious.
deep into
Oh
enemy
God.
territory.
I want to read the cringe.
Look, the
How
idea
deep,
of
Monty?
Foodie being trying to flirt
I
is
want
just
to read that.
is a hilarious concept even of itself.
Well,
That's why I'm
Roman,
saying we could get a little novel going on here.
yeah, well, Roman said the way how she was flirting was to show how much money she was making and showing her
Ooh.
bank accounts and
Whoa.
got him interested. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
she
work,
doesn't have a
actually. Can
She
I?
doesn't have a pregame? Nothing?
Can I tell a story about that? It really doesn't work to do that, no matter what you look like or anything. When I lived in Grand Prairie, I was at a bar called Triples, and a guy was hitting on me, and I wouldn't let him buy me a rose. So he went to the bank machine and took out his balance and printed it and handed it to me and stood there expecting me to drop to my knees. This is Grand Prairie. It's Alberta. We're big dick energy. Anyway, the fact that her idea of flirting is chipmunk laughing and talking about how much money she has, that's you have boobs and no matter what your size is, what you're a woman. There's a man who wants to enter your body out there in this world willingly and joyfully.
Consensually.
You know what I mean? Like, don't lead with money. You're still a woman. You can put some line around. You know what I mean? Like, it's like she completely forgets that she exists as a human being and she could be charming at any point. She just is like, I have money and I smell like cheese. Love me.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
but to be fair though, Buddha, even what you speak about, that what you're specifically speaking about, comes along with knowing yourself, like knowing yourself sexually, knowing your sexuality. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't know that she doesn't understand sexuality. And I'm not talking about like if you're gay, straight, whatever. Like I'm talking about like she doesn't understand her. She doesn't have an understanding of herself as not just as a woman, but just as a person in general. You know what I'm saying?
She needs to book a therapy appointment then, girl, because get on her. Isn't she almost 40?
I mean,
like,
honey,
it's time to book the appointment and work it
Guys,
out.
she's gone to
But y'all,
therapy.
don't forget, she's a boss bitch. Let's not forget, she's
Oh
a
my
boss
God.
bitch.
She's
I'm
no
a
boss, bitch. I'm a boss.
But guys, she's going to therapy.
She makes I'm sorry, but the fact that she
That's
has
a
about
joke.
you make a little bit of coin and you all of a sudden think you're a boss bitch, baby. I'm sorry. That does not makes a boss bitch. Okay.
She doesn't even work for it. It's not like she's acting like she's making this money as a means of actual like work.
Like, I mean, and I'm not trying to be like that person, but I'm like, man, you don't even make like that much. Like, okay, hey, fine. You maybe make like what? You made 6 figures, baby. Like, if you're gonna be a boss, call me when it's in the millions or billions. Okay, so call me then. Thanks.
But it's not even just about money. A boss bitch isn't gonna let a guy slap her on the head. You gotta be out of your damn mind. You doing that to me. You will lose your pair that you think you have in an instant. She doesn't know.
No.
She doesn't know anything about that kind of life.
Like, whether she really thinks she's a boss. I'm like, that's a joke. That's the biggest joke she ever told to herself.
And she
Oh,
wants to call herself a boss bitch when it comes to catching guys. Like, let me know the next time you walk into a club or a bar, Chantal, and you don't have to pay for a dime of anything. Okay,
That's
and
most
you
women. Come
you
on
can
now.
literally walk and well, but see, that's the thing though, right?
Like,
Chantal automatically comes in and she wants to be the one buying all the guys the drinks to get the attention instead of vice versa.
it's so weird. I
That
that's
don't
ain't
because no,
boss
understand
bitch
but that's
why.
because no
behavior.
guy, because look, let's be real here. This may sound mean, but it's like no guy's gonna be giving her attention like that. That's why she has to do that.
I don't know. I've seen big
See, I don't think
ladies with
she.
men that they're not paying. So it's like, I think that's what she believes, that she doesn't have another option, but she could have another option.
She
If she would
could.
just wash herself, clean up a little bit, and she wouldn't have to do that much more. There
I
are people into
mean,
big ladies.
I mean, let's be real here. It's Foodie. There's a lot she would have to do, in my opinion. Yeah, but that's just me. Hey, there's a
Well,
lot
yeah,
she
the
would have to
first
do.
time she would need a good week to prep, just in prep care. But
Oh, child, not a week.
She's fumigation.
Child, fumigation's being nice at that
You have
point,
to put one
baby.
of those big tents around her.
Yeah, she would need a
look,
tent.
I'm just trying to give the people hope, okay? Because there's a lot of people that feel like they don't have many options, as far as she's concerned, whatever.
I
But if
mean,
you feel like you
her.
relate to that, because some people in the community are watching her for a reason, maybe relate to her in some ways, and it's like, man, it's sad.
I mean, like that's the thing, right? It's just a matter of like, ugh, like was it? I mean, I know that there are people who feel like her, and it's just like I feel, I do feel for them in a way because it's just like, baby, if you genuinely think, look, just look, if you genuinely do not know, or someone needs to tell you that you're better than Chantal, you're better than Chantal. Like I will be the one to tell you, you're better. You can do so much better. Don't be like her. Just don't. Don't.
Yeah.
Like
And
I mean,
that's to this community. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about her stupid VIBs. I'm talking
oh
about if
god,
some
her
people
VIB.
relate to self-esteem issues, like you got to kind of do those positive affirmations and make those little changes, do those nice things for yourself in self-care, and you can, achieve more,
Look, them VIBs, they can all go sit on it. They can all go sit on a cactus for all I give a fuck at this point. I swear, the amount of fucking enabling those motherfuckers do, it is downright infuriating.
It is.
The fact that like
You
literally she can
choose.
sit
Oh,
here,
go ahead.
the fact that she can sit here and she can just be like, "Oh, guys, I'm just this is like, oh my god, girl, just you. Oh, okay. So literally sitting here lying about SA is doing her. Okay. Her sitting here basically making a mockery of trauma, like of people's traumatic situations. That's doing her. I guess I'm just like, fuck off. That's not doing her. That's just basically sitting there just making like, no. If anything, it's not even just making a mockery. It's just disrespectful, fucked up, sick and twisted. And it's just like, ma'am, no, that is not doing you. No, just no.
I think people that look up to Foodie think that she has this living your best life, YOLO, or as the kids say, kind of look at life like, you do you, girl. Roll that top up and live your best life no matter what. But I don't see that because
Well,
when it
what's so
comes to
great about it?
her supporters watch her never make a single decision that aids in her life getting easier and willingly and laughingly choosing the decision that obviously will make her life incredibly worse. And she's not like, I don't know why life is so hard. Like, the thing is, if you're a watcher and you've been watching for a while, you're still accountable to you taking this information, processing it, filtering it through your trauma and life, and still going, you know what? She's still a good guy, and that's just a badge you got to wear and you got to own. And I don't like you because I think that you uh, are not making logical adult processing decisions. So that's just me, and
Oh
that's what I
no,
feel about her Beezers. They need to
no, I think
smarten
no,
up
I
and
think
shut up.
honestly, no, I just think it's sick.
Yeah.
I think it's sick how some people just give her a pass to do things, or just they say, well, oh, it's not, or like they excuse away so much of her behavior here. And I'm just like, no, like, don't, I'm sorry, like, no, like, you can't just excuse the way, lying about very serious topics and basically, quote unquote, now the narrative is like, oh, well, yeah, he never did this to me, he never did it. You, like, no, like that's not like, you know what I'm saying, like, and that's not, quote unquote, being, but they'll boil us down to just being haters. And it's like, no, oh, that's not being a hater, that's literally being a normal human being and saying, this is not okay. But you can't even do that. You can't even say that this behavior is not okay without being deemed as you're being a hater. And I'm like, do you not see the problem in this? That there's a problem when you can't even basically give any form of saying, hey, this is not okay, this is wrong, without basically having, just basically being, but to basically having her shoved down, basically jump down your throat, but as being a bad person. And I'm like, no, that is not normal. That's not normal.
Sure makes for good TV, though, doesn't it?
Oh,
That's
no,
what I like about it.
right?
She's just,
Oh, no, it makes for
it's just
great
drama.
TV.
It's so
Like, no,
like
like,
predictable.
oh no, it makes for great, like, just for great drama. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I'm just saying that, like, in real life, it's not, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. That's not normal way that adults act. And it's just like, oh my God, like, it's just infuriating. I'm sorry. Like, that's why I say I can't stand her Beezers, because they sit here and they enable her. They enable her in a very disgusting, sick way that honestly I think is very detrimental, not just to herself, but just as society as a whole. And call me judgmental, call me evil, call me whatever. For baby, just don't call me late for dinner. So, yeah, you know.
You call it as it is. That's why we love you.
Look, I
You
mean,
just
it's
say it. We love it.
right, because it's wrong. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's just like, girl, just, I don't know. I tell you what, I say, I wish I could live as blindly as she do. I wish I could. I genuinely wish I could. But life never afforded me that level of ignorance. I don't know about y'all, but life never gave me that level of ignorance. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure we've had to deal with things that made us be very hyper aware of the thing, of life and how the world works. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking news. Foodie just went live and the title is I can't believe I have to make this video. The fuck?
Oh, ay,
Oh,
ay, ay.
ew.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out what she's doing. It's 10:22 p.m. You're fine, Lolo FC. You're not blocked. But I guess we might wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've been here quite over 2 hours now, nearly 2.5. Any
Yeah.
last words, Buddha bitch?
Yes, actually, I have been waiting to comment on this. Chantal, bangs are not for you. I'm sorry. This wig.
Baby.
You
Oh
need
God.
volume. You need texturizer. You need to do bangs are not for you. Give it up. Stay in your lane. Okay. Sorry, I'm not rocking hair powder. You should be rocking bangs. I'm sorry. I know you tried. A for effort. But anyway, cheers, kid. Hope you have a good night. And Monty, thanks for having me chat. Sorry, I didn't get to chat in the chat, but I saw everything that people were saying were so nice. So thank you. Erie, your video is so amazing. I'm so excited for the second one.
Oh,
And
thank you.
Trey, lovely to share the panel with you. I love listening to you when you're on the panel. You're just so
Aw,
refreshingly honest and real.
thanks.
And authentic is a very rare breed these days. So it's nice when you find
Girl.
one of the real ones. So thank you guys for having me.
Aw.
You're welcome, Buddha Bitch. Your pepperoni and last words.
Thank you for having me on panel, Monty, as always, and everyone that was on here. It was lovely talking to all of you. The chat, you're amazing. And Foodie, not buying it. Keep trying, not buying it. I also agree, bangs look terrible on you. Also, I'm going to need everyone to do me a favor, right? Can everyone just do me one little smidgen of a favor? I'm going to need every single person in this chat, Monty, Buddha, every single one of you to harass Dre on the daily to get his channel started.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Day you see him. Please. I do it every day.
Okay.
I need some help.
Lord
Okay.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Here
Love
we
you.
go.
Love
Here we
you.
go. Oh. Oh.
All right, your turn, Dre. Last but not least.
Well, I have to agree with the girls. Bangs are not for you, sis. They're not for you. Also, girl, I can't even say good luck because honestly, so let's be real, I don't want to see you do well. Do something. I don't know. Oh, girl, this is getting boring. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm bored. Heard. Do something because this is just tiring. I need a new leg. I need a new arc, a new something. This is boring. Oh, and all you beezers, fuck off.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna take off for the night. Thank you everybody for smashing the like button. Thank you for donating to Ray's GoFundMe. I do see it's a 2-minute 51-second video. I don't know what it's about. Probably addressing rumors as usual. Parked or she's in an area that is not recognizable, and I think that was done intentionally to make sure that we don't know where she is. But we will see her either tonight or tomorrow. I'm thinking more tomorrow than tonight, but I'll be around. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you around. Take care. Have a good one, and bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.